Hello, and welcome to I Love Language. We are so excited to partner with you in your child's education this year. When we began the research and development of a comprehensive language arts program, we reviewed dozens of vetted, research-based programs. Ultimately, we found the Virginia State Standards and Scope and Sequence to be the strongest. Virginia has consistently produced some of the strongest outcomes in K-12 language arts and math for several decades, and they were one of just a few states who didn't adopt Common Core in 2010. Building on top of a strong and tested foundation was extremely important to us. I Love Language covers essential skills for phonics and spelling, reading, grammar and writing, vocabulary, and speaking and listening. In other words, I Love Language is a one-stop shop for everything you'll need relating to language arts. This introduction video will cover 3 steps to set you up for success this year. First, we will look at getting organized. There are a few tips we encourage that will help you stay organized throughout the school year. Second is getting online. We will look at our learning platform to help you get comfortable navigating between lessons and learn how to find assignments. Third is getting started. We will look at how to move through an individual lesson as well as an assessment day to help you understand the daily structure and format for each. Once you understand these 3 components, you will be prepared and ready to begin learning. First, let's look at getting organized. For this course, you will need a 1.5-inch binder, a set of binder dividers with tabs, and a composition notebook. It can be a fun back-to-school activity to have your child create a binder cover for this course. For example, here I have my binder separated into the 4 language art domains that will align with each lesson. These domains are spelling, reading, writing, and miscellaneous. If you will be doing memorizations, you can add a 5th divider here labeled Memorizations. To simplify our program this year, learning related to vocabulary as well as speaking and listening are embedded within the included domains. Now that our binder is organized, let's look at the composition notebook. You can easily just work through the lessons and complete pages as you go. However, you may be asked to reference past work, and it is a good idea to keep this organized. One option as you go is to simply label the top right corner of every page with the unit number and lesson number. This will make moving between the printed handouts and the notebook a seamless process for students. The other materials you will need for this course are listed in the materials documents that are linked in each level under the More tab. These materials might include 3x5 cards, highlighters, and colored pencils as a few examples.
First, navigate to familyschool.org and bookmark that page. You will be using this each day for class. Next, you will log in using your personal credentials. Once you're on the dashboard, click on the course library on the left menu bar. Now you will see all of the Family School courses included in your subscription. I Love Language is at the top. Click there. Here you will see all the different levels of instruction. Click on the level corresponding with your child's age, just as they would be at our AHS campuses. For modeling purposes, I will click on Level 5. The first thing to note here is the More tab. This is found on the home page of every level. Here you will find valuable information such as a welcome letter, a unit overview document that shows what is learned in each level, a suggested calendar for the school year, materials documents, and memorizations that you can use in your daily opening. Also within the More tab are supplemental material files that contain all printable student materials and keys. The More tab is an incredible toolbox. Let's take a moment to look at how each level is organized on the site. In levels 4 through 8, units are 4 to 5 weeks long, and weekly lessons use the following format. Monday through Thursday are instructional days, and Friday is reserved for assessment and review. Notice that the unit titles are fun and engaging, while the lesson titles help you see quickly some of the content covered in that lesson. Remember, however, that there are multiple domains covered in each lesson, and we do not recommend skipping lessons. Let's click on the second lesson in Level 5. Note that you can navigate between lessons in the level by using these arrows at the top of the screen. Next, note the Preparation drop-down menu. Here you will see the materials needed for that lesson, as well as that day's assignments and resources. These are available to print on your own or in our print shop. The same documents may be linked in multiple days for ease as you navigate lessons. Each unit follows our scope and sequence based on the Virginia Learning Standards. For spelling, you will find a spelling guide linked to the second lesson of each week. We suggest keeping this handy, maybe in the front of your child's notebook, learning space, or even on the fridge. Notice that all linked assignments are also found at corresponding places within the lesson to help you know when to have the child complete the assignment. Now that you understand how to get online and how the units are organized, let's get started. It's time to dive into the lesson format and structure. Each lesson is divided into the earlier mentioned learning domains and is flexible to allow for natural breaks between learning. The first section in the lesson is the desired result. These are the learning objectives that show how the day's lesson meet the standards. In levels 4 and 5, Mondays and Wednesdays will have 2 learning domains, and Tuesdays and Thursdays will have 3. Since this is a Tuesday, you'll see all 3. First is a spelling lesson with phonics skills to review and practice. The next domain in the lesson is reading. In levels 4 through 8, lessons are built around quality pieces of literature to help children learn about text structures, genres of text, comprehension strategies, and fluency. The last domain is grammar and writing. Students will learn essential writing skills along with the conventions of language. Remember that embedded within each domain are activities that meet the speaking and listening and vocabulary standards. Monday through Thursday daily lessons will follow this format, while Fridays are meant for review and assessment. Because the concepts in language art learning build on each other, we encourage you to assess your child's progress with the skills taught to gauge mastery. Each Friday begins with a spelling assessment, following the taught phonics pattern that week. Remember that spelling guide we downloaded on Monday? This is where reviewing it during the week comes in handy. While the words on the assessment may be found in the lessons during the week, we do not encourage memorization of these words. This does not demonstrate a true understanding of spelling principles or provide the skills needed to be a confident speller. We use a benchmark score of 80% to determine if a student has mastered the skill. If your child does not meet the benchmark, we have included a variety of optional review resources for reinforcement. If you would like to see a spelling assessment in action, refer to the spelling assessment video located in the More tab. After the spelling assessment, you will find reading and/or writing assessments. These often have a rubric included in the lesson to help you monitor your child's understanding. Student motivation will increase when they are able to set goals and observe their progress with learned skills. The beauty of homeschooling is that you decide what works best for you, and our Friday format was designed with you in mind.
That's it! Now that we've navigated through the lesson structure for both daily lessons and assessment days, you're ready to begin. We anticipate a beautiful year of learning ahead, where your child will truly learn to love language.